Hello guys and welcome to the first part of my nexing guide. This part of the guide will be about how to kill nex in a mass, usually ranging from 10 to 15 people. Nexing can be a great source of cash as it is both extremely profitable and extremely fun. Nexing in masses is generally for players just learning to nex, as it obviously leaves more room for error and puts less stress on the team should you die. Nex masses are generally coin share, but there are also loot share masses out there if you look hard enough. Masses can be a good way to build up your cash stack for supplies for smaller teams, as splits are fairly common in masses due to the sheer speed of kills, but obviously the splits are drastically reduced as well. Basic stat requirements for nexing includes 90 plus range, 90 plus melee stats, 70 plus prayer and the rigor prayer unlocked. You can occasionally find masses that don't require rigor, but in general it is required for most masses. 88 plus summoning, typically 96. You can find masses only requiring a tortoise and a unicorn, but not often, so it's generally just recommended to get 96. 80 plus dungeoneering and a chaotic crossbow and rigor unlocked, which is actually about 85 dungeoneering. 96 horror. Obviously you can make overloads as low as 90, but overloads are a must, so you just have to be able to make them. You don't actually have to have 96. Now to begin, you will need full ancient ceremonial as well as a frozen key in order to go to next. The ceremonial can be bought from the GE for around 1.5 mil for the whole set, and the key can be gotten by killing monsters in each of the God Wars kill count rooms to obtain the respective key piece. You need a piece from all 4 factions to make a key. From scratch, this should take about an hour to get. Now on to the armor. What you see here is pretty much the minimum gear that masses accept. Some allow spectrals and or snakeskin boots, but in general you'll need at least this gear. It consists of full armadillo, a fury, ranger boots, barrow's gloves, a chaotic crossbow, and eagle eye kite shield, as well as ruby bolts E and an Ava's attractor. I'm not sure if masses require rings, but if they do, you can just get by with the plain old archer's ring or any of the imbued rings. Next here we have the inventory and familiar. You generally are going to want 21 brews and 7 superstores in your yak, along with a unicorn pouch and scrolls. If you are using a tortoise, just fill up your tortoise to as many brews as it can hold, while still having 7 superstores and unicorn pouch and scrolls. For your inventory, you're going to need claws, diamond bolts enchanted, 3 overloads, an anti-poison, either super or P++, it doesn't really matter, 2 spec restores, 11 brews, no, 8 brews, 11 superstores, and a tab. You may want to bring only 2 overloads and an extra brew, but since brew and restore drops are fairly common, it's usually better just to bring a 3rd overload just in case. The tab can be replaced with another super restore as it's not entirely necessary, but it's really just personal preference, so if you want a tab, just bring one. Once you have a team and you are at next bank, it is time to start killing. Masses usually don't group bank, so once you are all geared up and ready, and your team has finished a kill, pot up at the bank and go in. The first thing you should do is run to the middle of the cross and stand by one of the pillars. Once next spawns, she will call the name of each of the minions before you are able to attack her. This takes about 15 seconds. In this time, drop your anti-poison and equip your claws. Turn on piety and protect from magic. Claw twice, put your crossbow and shield back on, pick up your anti-poison and switch to rigor. Attack next with range until 1/5 of nex's health is gone. At this point, run northwest and attack Fumus. DDing where I'm currently standing will often prevent nex from attacking you while you kill Fumus. However, a lot of masses do not use it. Once Fumus is dead, attack nex once to make her change to Shadow Phase. In this phase, nex has a number of different attacks. Her main attacks are range, so protect from range is advised. Try to stay about 5 to 8 steps away from nex, as being too closer will cause you to be hit by constant 30s. Finally, roughly every 5 hits, Nex summons a shadow that appears under every character, as you see under my character now. To avoid this attack, just move off the square that the shadow is on. Failure to do so will result in you taking anywhere from 200 to 600 damage. Because of this, it is advised to keep your health at or above 700 to prevent from being KO'd. During this phase, be sure to drink 2 doses of Spec Restore so that you can claw twice on Blood Phase. Once 2/5 of Nex's health is gone, go to the northeast corner and kill Umbra. Once Umbra is dead, attacking Nex once will make her change to Blood Phase. Some masses like to lure Nex to the stairs on the west side for Blood Phase, while others don't. So if you don't know what your team is doing, just wait for someone else to make Nex change to Blood Phase. Once Nex has been attacked once, she will do what is called a Blood Siphon, where she ducks down into a little ball. This lasts for about 5 seconds, and during the siphon, if you attack her, any damage that you would have dealt will be added to her current hit points. Hits that heal her will show up in purple. Once Nex stops siphoning, whip out your claws and spec twice if you can. Then proceed to attack with range. Be sure to stay melee distance to Nex, as this prevents her from running. Nex will attack with magic this phase, so it is advised to pray magic. When Nex says, "I demand a blood sacrifice," you will be able to do 5 more hits until she siphons again, during which you will not attack. Once 3/5 of Nex's health is gone, run southeast and kill Kuror. Once Kuror is dead, attack Nex once to make her change to Ice Phase. During this phase, Nex has 2 special attacks. When Nex says "contain this," get at least 3 to 4 spaces away from her, as she spawns icicles around her that will damage you and turn off your prayer. If Nex does this special attack, it is possible she will move, so be sure to run far enough away. If everyone is melee distance to Nex when she calls this, however, she will not move at all, and you will only need to move 1 to 2 squares. Nex's other special attack occurs when she says "die now in a prison of ice," after which she will surround one of the members of your team in icicles. Click on them to break them, and once one is broken, the player can run out of the prison. Failure to do so will result in taking anywhere from 400 to 750 damage, however. Nex's only other attacks are magic attacks and basic melee attacks, so keep Protect for Magic on at all times. Once 4/5 of Nex's health is gone, run southwest and kill Glacies. Once Glacies is dead, attack Nex to change her into Zaros Phase. During this phase, Nex will switch between having Soul Split and Deflect Melee up. DD in the spot where Glacies died, or get melee distance to Nex, switch to your Diamond Bolts and range her. Whoever has the lowest defense bonus will tank this entire phase, so if it is you, you might want to bring a Staff of Light. If Nex is attacking you, pray melee to reduce damage taken. Nex's only other attack is a magic attack that hits everyone, so if you're not tanking, keep Protect from Magic up. Once Nex is dead, she will turn on the Turmoil Prayer. Get about 5 spaces away from where she died, or you will take about 200 damage. Congratulations, you have killed Nex. Loot your spoils and get back to the middle for the next kill. Now that you know roughly how to do a Nex kill, here are some tips and tricks that should help you. Number 1. Lose the cough. The cough is something Nex gives to players in the first phase. It is spread by standing next to another player. It drains stats drastically as well as prayer. To lose it, stand isolated from everyone else. If you're having trouble with this, just go stand in a corner until it's gone. Number 2. Don't worry about dying. Everybody dies, even people with the best gear possible. Just keep your head up, get back to Nex, and get your stuff. Just remember to save a little more next time. 3. Don't be an overload leech. Leeching overloads only hurts yourself, because come final phase, odds are you will be tanking, unless someone else is also leeching overloads. Also, it's a lot harder to overload while Nex is comboing you than it is to overload during Blood or Ice phase. 4. RuneScape sounds on. If you have trouble knowing when Nex calls the minions, or when she is about to do a Shadow Trap or Ice Prison, turn your sounds on slightly, as Nex will say whenever these events are occurring. 5. Not attacking is better than healing. If you know Nex is called a Blood Sacrifice in Blood phase, but forgot what count it is, just get off. Heal up or restore your prayer. It is better to not attack than to heal Nex when she siphons. Number 6. Keep your prayer low. On almost every phase, Nex drains your prayer in some form or another, most of them being in fractions of your current prayer points. Therefore, the drain is lowered if you keep your prayer as low as possible. Try to drink or restore only when your prayer is below 100. Number 7. Keep your magic at 106. Doing this will reduce the time that you are tanking. This can be done by smart brewing, usually 2 to 3 doses of brew followed by a restore dose. That's it for this guide, guys. Please give it a thumbs up if you feel that it deserves one. If you feel that you have mastered all this video has to teach, and you want to go more in depth on nexing methods, feel free to check out my nexing guide for 6-mans. And if you want to learn even more, check out my nexing guide for 4-mans, which goes in depth on the best techniques used to efficiently kill Nex, used by the people who invented nexing as we know it, PID.